I'm trying to. So I want to listen to what she got to say in regards to how all of this shit transpired. How you get rid of YouTube or stop doing YouTube, then you go and get a corporate job, then you get laid off. I gotta hear this. So let's lock in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
A YouTube channel to over 600,000 subscribers after traveling to more than 70 countries, working with Google, Netflix, Sony, winning a Shorty Award, being my own boss, working from anywhere in the world. I went back to corporate. I put on.
Hold up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry for pausing it this early. You got how many subscribers? And you going back to corporate America? You must have been doing something wrong on the back end. You must have been doing, ain't no way, there's no way in hell you getting 600,000. You got 600,000 subscribers. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. If you got 600,000 subscribers, I'm pretty sure you getting a solid amount of views per post. Now, also, 600,000, right? Okay. Also, correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm pretty sure she got links and shit, affiliate links or Patreon, whatever the case that she might have on the back end where she's also making money. Man, you know what? Hold up. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me see something. Let me see something. Cause now I'm real deal. Now I gotta see something. Adventure, entrepreneurship. Let's see, channel. All right, so she got a link. Views gained 207%. Average videos 14 minutes. She uploads one video per week. Let's look. So 3 years later, 26,000 views, 40K, 5K, 707K, 59K. All right. Okay. So now let me look at the links. So she got an Instagram and she got a Facebook, but you ain't got no Patreon. You ain't leading them nowhere. Let me see. Hey, I'm Haley. On this channel, you can expect to see lifestyle challenges, travel adventures, and tech advice. Subscribe to take on the world with me. I'm from the professional tech world of San Francisco, but I'm passionate about sharing with you stories of people from all walks of life. Business inquiries, Haley takes on the world at gmail.com. Okay. So she got 29 million views across her entire channel. All right. I guess. Interesting. And how many views she got on this one? And she has how many views on this one? She got 40K views on this one 4 days ago.
On business clothes, made coffee in a to-go mug, commuted, rode the elevator, got into the office at 8:30 a.m., sat at my desk, and every single day, I did it again and again and again. Everyone I told this to was pretty caught off guard. I think most of them assumed I'd failed at what I was doing or something had gone really wrong, when actually going back to corporate was exactly what I needed to do. And leaving after 10 months was even better. This is the story of why I went back, what I learned, and why I will most likely never return.
Okay, so let me just tell you something that I wasn't prepared for when I decided to go back to corporate. It's the shame that I felt. It wasn't just about the comments that I was getting on my Instagram and YouTube from people being like, what happened to your YouTube content? Why did you stop posting? Are you still traveling? What's going on? It was also shame I felt in myself because I had people asking if I had given up. That part did kind of make it hard, caring about what other people perceived about me, because it's so easy to get caught up in caring about what other people think. But the thing is, I didn't know how to answer anyone because part of me did feel like I'd given up because I'd spent years like showing people this life I built, quitting corporate, going and traveling the world and getting paid to do it. I was just like living proof that you could actually do things differently. And then here I was sitting at a desk for like 8+ hours, attending meetings about meetings and having to ask permission if I could go to lunch with my Slack turned off and not respond to Slack messages while I was at my lunch break. And so I didn't post about it. I barely told anyone. And then when I did tell people, I would have like this long explanation to justify it. Oh, it's just temporary. I'm learning new skills. It's strategic. strategic. But that's not what I was actually thinking. What I was actually thinking, what I really needed to go back into corporate was because I needed stable income and I wanted really good health insurance. I remember putting on business clothes that first day and then looking in the mirror and being like, is this who I am now? I'm going back to what I left. It doesn't feel like me. I guess I'm just gonna go sit in an office for 8+ hours a day and pretend that I'm really excited about a new product feature that's gonna make it easier for users to use the app and scan the app and press this button and okay, but aside from all that, here's what I know now that I didn't then. Sometimes you have to go backwards to move forward. Sometimes the thing that looks like failure is actually the setup for your biggest success. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me tell you why I actually went back and what ended up happening.
Who's coming in the driveway?
So why did I actually go back to corporate? By 2021, I'd hit a wall. I couldn't keep going at that pace. On the creator burnout scale, I was severe. I feel like I've said this so many times now, so let's just quickly recap. By 2021, I'd been traveling for 6 years straight on the road for 300 days a year. And I was so proud of what I'd built, but the problem was I didn't know how to sustain it because I was used to doing everything on my own, and that's absolutely not sustainable. So I was creatively, mentally, and physically drained, and worst of all, I was just uninspired, and I kept being uninspired for a very long time. So after I had a massive breakdown, I'm talking crying on the phone for 3 hours with my manager, God bless his heart, he was there to talk me through the whole thing. He planted this seed. He said to me, why don't you start consulting other creators? Teach them how to build personal brands. Teach them what you've learned over the past 6-7 years. The master turns into the teacher. Instead of chasing brand deals and trying to appease the YouTube algorithm for more AdSense, I could create another stream of income. Just me working with clients, teaching them what I learned about social media and video production. But here's where there was a massive gap in my skill set. I'd been my own creative team for 6 years, and that worked for me as a solo creator. But creating an entire production system for actual businesses, corporate businesses with real budgets, teams, and systems, it only took me about 2 months of working as a social media consultant for small businesses to realize I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't understand how corporate production worked. I didn't know the systems and the processes that creative teams use. I didn't know how to manage this word, I hate this word, stakeholders. And I didn't know how to navigate corporate politics. It had been 6 or 7 years since I'd done that. And there was a reason why I left. All I knew was to write, shoot, edit, post. And so I realized that if I was actually going to build a real consulting business that could actually serve corporate clients, the money is, well, then I needed to learn how the inside worked. So I made the decision. I was going to go back into corporate. Not forever, hopefully, but long enough to learn what I didn't know. So I started researching industries. I really wanted to work somewhere doing meaningful work in a field that I felt good about. And that's how I landed on climate and sustainability. And I found a company called Aspiration. So I applied for the social media production manager role, and I nailed the interview. I knew social media, I knew video, I knew production, I knew storytelling. What I didn't know was corporate systems and processes, but I sold them on my experience as a creator, and they were all in. Okay, well, plus, listen. I negotiated my salary to $165,000 a year, plus a $3,000 signing bonus, plus incredible health insurance. So there I was.
Listen, bro. Hey, I might be missing out on the bag. I might be missing out on the bag. I might be missing out on a bag, bro. You hear me? Nah, I don't think I am. I don't think I am, man. We focus on building this platform up. We focus on building this platform up. You know what I mean? We gonna build the Patreon up. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Back in corporate. Okay, but I am kind of also leaving something else out. Another reason as to why I needed to go back into corporate. So listen, I'm going to be even more real with you. At 31, I was pretty much having a full-blown quarter life crisis. I looked at my life and I took inventory. I didn't have a house, no car, no lease with my name on it, no long-term relationship. Every single thing I owned fit into a suitcase. And regardless of everything that I had done, there was still this voice in my head that was saying things like, what do you have to show for the life?
Yeah, I think so too, bro. I think so too. 165K with, man, listen, bro, I'm telling you, listen. What I'm doing now, I'm gauging myself. I'm positioning myself right now to the point where the way I'm finna be negotiating bags is gonna be crazy. Even at my early subscriber stage, I'm telling you, I'm about to be a mean ass negotiator. Just give it time. Just give it time. Working on some things right now. We working on some things right now. Yeah, we're working on some things right now. And when it pops off, trust me, you'll know. You will know. 110% you would know.
Last
But she definitely sold us up
10 years. And part of the reason I was going through this was because I was scrolling through Instagram, watching all of my friends buying houses, settling down, getting married, and suddenly I felt left behind. I started comparing my very unconventional lifestyle to their traditional milestones. And in that insanely miserable, terrible comparison that no one should ever, that unfortunately Instagram makes you do unconsciously or consciously, I made myself small. I was in denial about not being able to see all of the successes that I had in my own personal life, my own path, my own journey. And so I started measuring my success against what I was seeing on Instagram. Okay, so I'm back in corporate, and within the first 90 days, I learned 3 things that completely changed how I think about content and business. Let me break them down. Lesson 1, how to systematize everything. So let's remember that for 6 years, I was a solo creator. I did everything myself. I would do all the pre-production. I was reaching out to all the businesses, and I would provide all the concepts. I would then shoot everything, edit everything, post it all. It was all in my own head. There was no system. So if you were to ask me at that point, Haley, what's your content process like? I would have been like, I come up with an idea and then I just do it. But at this corporate company, everything, and I mean everything, was tracked in a tool. Every project had a workflow. Every asset had a home. To tell you the truth, at first I hated it because it just felt so slow and bureaucratic. But then I realized that when you systematize your production, you free up your brain for more creative work. You're not scrambling to remember where that file is or who approved what or what step comes next. You just follow the system, and the system makes sure that nothing gets missed. I don't know, this sounds kind of simple, but it truly is the biggest lesson that I learned. And it's the foundation of how I run my business today. If you systematize it, you can speed it up. And if you can speed it up, you can scale it. Lesson 2, how big monies waste 80% of their content budget. One of my first tasks at Aspiration was identifying social media influencers for partnerships. And I looked at what they had been paying people, and I literally fell out of my chair. They were paying Instagrammers with less than 100,000 followers, $15,000 to
$15,000. Less than 1,000 fucking followers, bro. What? $15,000, less than 1,000 fucking followers. And y'all telling me y'all can't get no fucking money out here, bro? And you telling me you can't get no money out here, bro? Let me run that back. Let me run that just in case we missed it. Let's just
less than 100,000 followers. 15.
I'm sorry, I said less than 1,000. Less than 100,000. Less than 100,000. So that's anywhere between 1 all the way up to 99,000 followers. $15,000, and mind you, depending on how they negotiated, that could be per post, that could be under contract based off of how many posts that they're supposed to be posting. That could be a number of things, but you talking about $15,000, bro. What? Bro, these companies got bags, bro. They ready to spend the money because they need the visibility. And if you get listen, let me use myself as an example, bro. Across all of my platforms, across YouTube, across TikTok, across Instagram. Just those 3 alone. I'm pushing over 1 million views. I'm pushing over 1 million views over that. And I ain't got 1 million. I don't have 1 million subscribers. Shit, I think I'm pushing 10K for TikTok. We pushing 2K subscribers on YouTube. And I think I got like 3K or some shit on Instagram. But now, because I've been consistently posting, each one of them posts on Instagram, they getting if not right at 1,000, they getting over 1,000. They getting over 1,000 subscribers. And if right now, not right up under, they getting over 1,000 subscribers. I mean, 1,000 views. And now these numbers are going up on YouTube. There's no arrow. There's no arrow in my analytics that's going down. All my shit is going up. It's on the up. It's on the rise. All of it. TikTok the same. Bro, what are we talking about? And yes, and I am on the back end talking to other brands, talking to other companies too, to try to get to a bigger bag. 1,000%. You don't need to have 1 million. I've been told this many times. You don't need to have 1 million subscribers. You don't need to have 100K subscribers. You don't need to have 10K subscribers in order to get companies to work with you. There are companies that are willing to work with you under 10K followers, under 10K subscribers. You got companies that literally seek out micro creators looking to work with you. Going up on the, bro, you hear me? Going up on a Wednesday. Man, listen, bro. Y'all missing, and y'all out here complaining about money? When you got all the opportunity in front of you to do it, y'all be out this bitch complaining on your iPhones. You can use your iPhone to start creating fucking content, bro. This is probably one of the easiest ways you can do it. Yeah, you still got to work. You still got to put in the effort. You still got to do that. You can't just come out here just doing dumb shit and thinking it's going to go right. No, you actually have to have a plan. You actually got to put things forward and in place, but it's easy to do. Nigga, I get off work. I come straight to the fucking house. Everything is already set up, and I just sit down and I talk to y'all. And I react to videos and give my personal thoughts on videos. And I tell people, hey, if you want to support the channel, hey, support the channel. There are people that support the channel. You want to become a member, you want to be a member of the YouTube channel, you got people who want to join the be a member. Or if they want to join the Patreon, they join the Patreon. Or if they want to buy the ebook, they want to buy the Earn While You Save ebook, guess what? They can do that. The link is there too. Bro, do you understand there's so many different ways to make money out this bitch? And then wait. And then once we bag a sponsorship deal, it's over with. Bro, it's over with. Once we bag a sponsorship deal, it is game over. Because mind you, I only stream 3 days out of the week. I stream 3 days out of the week for right now. Now, just imagine if I start doing this shit 5 days a week. Once we get to a bigger bag, and I'm doing this shit every day. Oh my God. Oh my God. And mind you, I started just streaming 1 day a week. I was only live streaming 1 day a week. That was just Saturday. And then I moved it to Tuesday. Then I started doing it Tuesday. And then I was requested to do it on Wednesday. And so now I'm doing 3 days of the week. No, that's not. No, it's not. So what Manscaped is, that's an affiliate link, which another way you can make money. That's an affiliate link. That's not a sponsorship deal. But because I want to treat my affiliate links as if it's a sponsorship. That's how I want to treat it. So, but trust me, you will know for sure when it's a sponsorship deal, because I'm gonna announce it too. I'll announce it, and you'll probably see it. Hey, I appreciate you, Snow. I appreciate you. They can go buy that on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? They can go buy the necklace on TikTok. But yeah.
$1,000 to post a couple posts for content that wasn't even that good, for creators who didn't necessarily align with the brand. Again,
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna let it play. But you heard what she said. They paying $15,000 for content that ain't even that fucking good. And that don't even align with the brand. They still paying money for content creators just for visibility. Yeah,
These campaigns just had zero strategy behind them. And you ask why? It's because the people that were managing these budgets had no idea what they were doing with them. And by the way, this is a company that raised over $100 million in investments. So they had a lot of money to burn, but they weren't being strategic. They weren't tracking ROI. They were just spending. So this taught me two things. One, wow, maybe I wasn't charging enough as a content creator myself. And two, most companies have absolutely no idea how to buy content strategically. And that brings us to lesson 3, how to manage people, how to manage everything, how to manage up, down, and sideways. This one was painful to learn, but it was so necessary. So as a solo creator, I only had to answer to myself.
Popcorn player. You feel me?
If I wanted to post something, I just posted it. But in corporate, every piece of content has to be reviewed by multiple people. The creative team, the compliance team, my manager, my manager's manager, and everyone has opinions. Oh my God, I have something in my eye. I think it's an eyelash. Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh my gosh, what is that? Where was I? But then I learned that this is how you manage projects, and this is how you manage multiple stakeholders, multiple decision makers in projects. Does anyone else hate that word stakeholders so much? If you've made it this far in the video, drop.
Why you hate the word stakeholder? When you want to be a stakeholder, hell yeah. That's why you should tap into the Patreon. Or you can just buy the Earn While You Save ebook. But let's keep on.
All of the hilariously ridiculous jargon that we have to speak in corporate. I'll go first. I'll pin that comment. I really learned how to communicate my vision clearly. I learned how to get buy-in on the things that I felt were going to be strategic. And I also learned how to manage expectations. Most of all, you learn how to protect your creative integrity while also respecting someone else's concerns. Like, you can fundamentally disagree on some piece of the creative, but you can actually talk through it without, telling someone that's a bad idea, with just being sensitive about it and talking it through. So this skill, managing stakeholders, managing decision makers, I feel is one of my most valuable skill sets now as a business owner, as someone who works in the business of deliverables and managing a team. Because every client has stakeholders. Every project that we do has multiple opinions. And if you can't navigate that, and if you can't be assertive, but also maintain your creative integrity, then the business can't scale.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Sometimes it takes a different approach to see the possibilities all around you.
All right, so I'm learning all these new things. I'm growing. I'm getting a lot better at this job. And about month 8 is when things really started to take a turn. I got really sick, and I rarely get sick. I woke up one morning, I had completely lost my voice. I really couldn't speak at all. And I had a full team stand up that morning. Of course, I still went to that meeting, but I sat there in the meeting coughing, couldn't really speak. And I looked like absolute shit. And I sat there just trying to give status updates about a project I was working on. After the meeting, the one thing that I was surprised about is that no one said to me, "Hey, Haley, you don't look good," or "You don't sound good." Not my manager, not my teammates, not one person. And I remember sitting there thinking, no one cares about my well-being here. The company was obsessed with the bottom line, classic corporate. They are obsessed with keeping investors happy. I was just a resource. I was just a body in a seat. I was fully expendable, just like everyone else at the company. And then by month 9, I was getting Sunday scaries. I was having deep anxiety, and I was just not doing okay. I just realized that I was not built out for that. I was not cut out to do that. And then at month 10, the company did workforce reductions. There were 3 rounds, and I was part of the last round. And when they told me I was being let go, I was so devastated. I was devastated, but then at the same time, I felt relief, because if I hadn't been laid off, I probably would have stayed another year. I probably would have stayed 2 more years, just because I had really stable income, but I would have been miserable. And I would have been wasting time that I actually could have spent building something of my own. And now that it's been a few years, let me just tell you about the truth that was actually going on behind the company. Those layoffs were just the beginning. The company actually went bankrupt due to corruption, embezzlement, and just like mismanagement of hundreds of millions of dollars. So in all honesty, the layoff was like the kick in the ass that I needed. And it was truly the best thing that could have happened at that point. So what did I take with me from that 10 months detour in corporate? Well, literally everything. I took the systems and processes in place that I now use to run my own business. I took the stakeholder management skills, now know how to navigate client relationships. And
I ain't gonna lie, you could learn that shit through ChatGPT. I ain't gonna hold you. You could learn that through ChatGPT. You could learn that different ways on how to systematize your shit and what you were doing. You really didn't have to go back to corporate America if you were already doing good with brand deals and sponsorships. You would have been straight. If you would have, the bigger question is, how were you managing your money when you were getting paid? Because if you saying that you didn't have a man, you ain't have no bills, you ain't have no ownership of a home or nothing like that, what the fuck were you doing? You were just traveling and spending. Man, you crazy. Listen, bro. I want to break this down so bad. But you feel me? First world problems all day. Listen, I'm going to say this. I used to be one of those people that was so hell-bent on the motivation. Oh, bro, I just want to be an entrepreneur, man. I want to be the entrepreneur. I want to be the guy. I ain't got to worry about working for nobody no more, bro. I had that mentality until I realized, I said, you know what? Why the fuck? Because again, Instagram, I got caught in the consumption of Instagram and TikTok. You know, you got people who were giving you all the bullshit, the Lamborghinis, the big dollars. They were living in the big ass condos, you know, going late nights and shit, all the extra shit, right? And so I was looking at that. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I'm trying to live that lifestyle too. I'm trying to be like that too. Like, I want to live that lifestyle, nigga. I want to be out here on these streets out here saying, being able to tell people that I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. You feel me? But then the reality set in, it's like, okay, cool. I'm an entrepreneur. I can be an entrepreneur when I don't know when the money's coming in. Starting out, you got to work your ass off. You ain't going to see profit until at least year 3 or 4. And that's regardless if you're working your ass off. Yeah, some people slip through the cracks and some do it earlier or sooner. But typically speaking, that means I'm going to have to go about 3 to 4 years not seeing a profit, not seeing nothing pop off. And I ain't got no income coming in. That don't make sense. That don't make sense to me. The shit sound good. Entrepreneur, it sounds good. That's what it is. It sounds good. But to be able to have a 9-to-5, come here, and I'm building something with my platform, with my Patreon, with my ebook, and everything else that's going to come with it, building my community of people that's going to rock with me regardless, not because of the content I make or not because of the Patreon, but because they fuck with me. Because I understand that I'm the product. Not nobody else, not the shit that I build, nothing. Me. They fuck with Courtney. They fuck with Courtnee Edgar. That's who they fuck with. They're like, look, I rock with him, bro. So whatever he got going, I'm fucking with it. Right? So I'm building that, but also I don't have to worry about if the bill's gonna be paid or not. I don't have to worry about. I don't have to show. I don't have to come on here and fake the funk. I don't have to come on here and tell you, listen, bro. Listen, man, you know what I'm saying? You just got to stay positive, bro. You got to do, man, listen, bro. Nigga, I'm straight. Nigga, I got a house. I'm good. I'm straight. My military benefits pay for my house. I'm straight. I'm good. Everything is solid. I'm not struggling. We're good. So I can really focus and hone in on what's going on here. So I can really focus on building this platform and building this shit day by fucking day. And not have to force this shit to y'all. I can take my time with it. Yeah, entrepreneur translates to eat what you kill. Facts. And cool, eventually, and again, eventually I would be at the point where I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner. I'm a business owner of X, Y, and Z companies. Because yeah, I do have plans in place. I do have things that I want to invest in. I do have companies, smaller businesses that I want to invest in. I do. I have those, but I have to focus on the main thing first. I have to focus on building this shit up first. Once I build this shit up, then I can focus on the other things that I want to do, that I want to get into, that I want to embark on. But I have to make sure that not only this is focused, but I have to make sure everybody else on the back end is straight first before I then start to dive into these other endeavors. So nah, man, that whole shit, nigga, keep the listen, bro. And this is word to any of y'all YouTubers out here who's so focused on trying to become an entrepreneur just because it sounds fucking good, just because it sounds sexy. Oh, bro, it's sexy to do this shit. Nah, nigga, keep working your 9 to 5. You got the health benefits. And if you like me, if you work at a certain company where you're able to get stock options, where you're able to get stocks in the company because you're in a certain position, also you're able to get your brokerage account, you're able to invest in your 401k, you're able to invest in your Roth IRA, you're able to invest in stocks, all these different things. And shout out to Bull City because we're going to have a conversation. And you can continue to build that. You can use a percentage of your paycheck to go straight into that fucking account that you don't even got to pay attention to. Your money's going to grow over time as long as you focus on not focusing on that. Your money's going to go into it. You're going to be making money literally in your fucking sleep while you're building. And at the same time, your household is stable because you have a 9 to 5 and you don't have to stress. You don't have to worry about what the fuck is going on or when your next paycheck is going to come because you got a steady job and you focusing on building this shit. Or if you don't want to do YouTube or you want to focus on building your own business, you want to create a lawn service or car wash service or whatever fucking service you want to create, because there's so many different things out here. There's so many things that you can do. Like niggas say, don't leave your 9 to 5. Don't. I get it. You hate it. You want to be living the lavish life. You want to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. That takes time. You got to build up first. You got to build that foundation first. That's why I love the word foundation. You got to build the foundation up first in order for you to start doing shit like that. You still got debt you got to pay off. You got a lot of things that you got to overcome first before you can get to that point. Sorry that you didn't learn it earlier. It is what it is. I was in the same boat. But now that you have the information, now it's on you to make do with that information that's going to help you catapult forward.
Have hard conversations about creative differences. And I took the lesson about how companies waste a lot of money. And I've built a business. I am still building a business that shows them how to spend it better. But more than all of those tactical skills, what did I actually gain? I gained confidence, because going back to corporate after being my own boss for so long actually forced me to confront something. Why did I leave corporate in the first place? Was it actually because I wanted freedom or adventure? Or was it because I was actually running from something hard? And by going back, I proved to myself I wasn't running. I was actually choosing which hard I wanted. I choose this entrepreneurial life. I choose uncertainty. And it's not because I can't handle corporate. It's because I fundamentally don't want it. And I will never go back. Actually, never say never, because what if I need to go back and do something strategic again? But right now, looking at it, I never want to go back. And that difference, that mindset shift, it really changes everything. Because now when things get really hard in my business, when I have a really tough month, or when I lose a client, or when I feel completely overwhelmed, I don't think maybe I should just go back and go into corporate and get a real job. I think I've already done that and I didn't choose that. twice, and I chose this instead. But at the end of the day, it was great because going back to corporate gave me the skills I needed to actually build a better business. And more importantly, it gave me the certainty that this is the right path for me. So I started a solo consulting business when I was laid off from Aspiration, which a year and a half later has now fully blown into a content agency called HD Visual Story. Yeah, that's a whole different story. We'll make another video for that. So what's the actual lesson here? I feel like sometimes if you feel stuck, sometimes the answer isn't actually pushing harder in the same direction. Sometimes you just maybe need to take a detour and go back to where you started. So if you're someone who left corporate and you're wondering if you've made the right choice, I just want you to know that there is absolutely no shame in pivoting. There's no shame in transitioning. Your career is completely starting over and changing up whatever wasn't making you happy. I don't know what the right path is for you, but I do know this. It's really hard to make a big change in your life. And it's even harder because you know the people around you, your family, your friends, they're all going to have opinions about it. Everyone always has an opinion. Everyone has something to say. Never going to get away from that. But this is your life. So make the choice that moves you in the direction.
I feel it. I feel it. It's solid. I agree with her. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Haley. Takes on the world. Make sure y'all go subscribe to her. But yeah, overall, bro, I get it. You know, I get what she's saying. You know, this whole mental block. And sometimes you just want to pivot. Sometimes you got to pivot, which I do agree. You can't be stuck in the same thing for over 10 plus fucking years and you ain't going nowhere. I understand that. But I'm gonna say nah, bro. Don't quit your 9 to 5. Don't quit your 9 to 5 until okay. Let me clarify. Don't quit your 9 to 5 until you have built up your side job or side hustle where it quadruples what you were making at your job, to the point where your job is in the way of you scaling what you have. So that means if you're already profiting from this side hustle that you're doing, make sure that that's able to take care of all your bills, plus some, where you can invest back into the business, so that way you don't have to worry about it. Now, in order for you to scale, now you can focus on, okay, well, shit, I don't need this job no more, because if I leave this job, I can then scale even more. But if I keep this job, I can't scale as much. So it's best for me to leave this job. So now that I can do 100% of this and I can scale my shit, I can 10x my shit now. That's when you're supposed to leave. But if you still just starting out, you still growing the foundation, you still growing, and you still building, nigga, you better keep that 9 to 5 and get your steady paycheck. And get your steady paycheck. And then you tap into the Courtnee Edgar Patreon, where you got the Earn While You Save ebook in there as well, that you can purchase, and you can learn how to invest your money while you got your 9 to 5. You can make money in your sleep, dog. You feel me? It's just the basic level. And mind you, it's just the basic level. And I broke it down all the way to a 3rd grade level that anybody can understand it. I don't have any complicated sayings in it. I don't got nothing complicated. It's simple and easy for anybody. You can start it today. So I'm just putting that out there for you. All right. So yeah, but that's dope. That's what she did. You know, she got in, she went back, you know, because she was uncertain. I think more so she was just stagnant. She was stagnant in what she was doing. She wanted a little change in her life. She needed to ruffle some shit a little bit, because, you know, all she was doing is creating content and traveling and all that shit. So I think that's what it was. She wanted to shake the room a little bit. I think that's what I see. She wanted to shake the room a little bit. She got a little stagnant. So she hit a plateau. She's like, you know what? Let me go back to my 9 to 5. Let me try some shit out and see what this is hitting for. You know, maybe I just need a little change in my life, something different. And that's when she went back to that job, and then she went back. You know what? I'm good. I'm gonna go back to what I was doing before. Bullshit says the key to survival in business and nature is adaptation. Yep. Facts. Rob Brown says, I make way too much at my 9 to 5. I'm not quitting no time soon. Exactly. Exactly. Not doing it. No, sir. You feel me? No.
Dive into the Courtnee Edgar Show Super Chats.
Yo, shout out to my guy Rob Brown for the 20 ball, dog. He says, keep grinding, bro. 100. Hey, man, I appreciate you, bro. I'm going to continue to keep grinding. I'm going to continue to keep pushing, continue to keep building. I'm going to continue to keep showing up. Listen. I'm not afraid to say it. No, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are, because one of my homies told me, he's like, look, bro, you an extension of Anton, bro. I said, I feel that. I said, the only reason it seems like that is just because, what I'm saying, I follow the blueprint a little bit. I follow the blueprint a little bit. So ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't tripping. If that's how you feel, I look at that as a compliment. That means I'm going about this the right way, right? But it's still gonna be Courtnee Edgar though. I'm still gonna have my own twist. I'm still gonna have my own flavor in the way that I do it. I'll never be Anton. I can only be Courtnee, right? I can only be Courtnee. That's it. Cause y'all ain't never heard of no Courtnee Edgar before. That ain't a common name. So that's why I'm making sure I make it a household name, because they ain't never heard of Courtnee Edgar before. I'm pretty sure y'all heard of Courtney, but you ain't never heard of Courtnee Edgar before. You ain't never heard that before. So we're going to make sure we make it a household name. We're going to continue to keep grinding. We're going to continue to keep pushing. We're going to continue to keep showing up. You know what I'm saying? This platform. Yeah, facts. That's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? I want to put my own spin to it. I want to put my own seasoning on it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Ribs is ribs, right? But people put their own seasoning on the ribs, so we're going to taste a little different. I got you. So yeah. So I take that as a respect. I take that as a compliment. If they even remotely put me close to even saying like, oh bro, your shit kind of like Anton. Hey, cool, bro. I appreciate you. But just understand, this is a Courtnee Edgar show. Hey, no disrespect to Anton either, because I'm saying I'm learning a lot from him.